Hey everyone, I'm Jack Ferdman from Rewatching Oscar. Now, today I want to take a little detour from my reviews because sometimes I have to talk about what really fuels my passion for movies. And for me, part of that passion comes from where I'm from. I'm Canadian, and I absolutely love being Canadian. Now, sure, people outside of Canada might think being Canadian is all about maple syrup and hockey and apologizing when someone bumps into you. And yeah, guilty as charged. But being Canadian, especially for someone who lives and breathes cinema, means being part of a country that has quietly but profoundly shaped film and television for over a century. Let's start with the legend, Mary Pickford. Born in Toronto, she wasn't just a movie star, she was America's sweetheart. Co-founder of United Artists and one of the most powerful women in Hollywood's golden age. Pickford didn't just open doors for actors, she built the house. Now, fast forward a few decades later, and you'll see Canada's fingerprints everywhere in Hollywood history. Think about the groundbreaking vision of Norman Jewison, who gave us In the Heat of the Night, or Moonstruck, and Fiddler on the Roof, or James Cameron. Yep, that guy behind Titanic, Avatar, and The Terminator. He grew up right here in Ontario. Then there's David Cronenberg, the master of body horror, who turned Canadian cinema into something raw, intellectual, and unforgettable with films like Videodrome and The Fly and Eastern Promises. And now, as we all know, our Oscar legacy is no joke either. Denis Villeneuve's The Barbarian Invasions not only won Best Foreign Language Film, but proved that Quebec cinema could resonate worldwide. Sarah Polley started out as an actress in Road to Avonlea, is now one of the most respected writer-directors in the industry, winning an Academy Award for the film Women Talking. And Adam Egoyan's The Sweet Hereafter remains one of the most haunting, emotionally devastating films of the entire 1990s. And then there's our acting royalty. Donald Sutherland, Christopher Plummer, Sandra Oh, Rachel McAdams, Ryan Gosling, Tatiana Maslany, Keanu Reeves, Jim Carrey, Michael J. Fox, Seth Rogen, Anna Paquin, who, by the way, won her Oscar at just 11 years old for the film The Piano. Wow. And of course, the comedic brilliance of Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy. Canadian icons who went from SCTV to Schitt's Creek, making television history with a clean sweep at the Emmys. Now, speaking of the Emmys, let's not forget our television history as well, because it's more influential than most people realize. The Kids in the Hall, Due South, Kim's Convenience, Corner Gas, Orphan Black, these aren't just Canadian hits. They've inspired fans and creators worldwide. Even Saturday Night Live owes much of its DNA to Canadian comedians. Canada has also given the world some unforgettable music moments on film. Think about Bryan Adams' Everything I Do from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, or Celine Dion's powerhouse voice in Titanic. And speaking of Titanic, half their production team behind that epic were Canadian. We also have one of the greatest cultural showcases for cinema anywhere in the world, the Toronto International Film Festival. Now, TIFF isn't just an event, it's a kingmaker. Films like Slumdog Millionaire, The King's Speech, and 12 Years a Slave all started their Oscar-winning runs right here in Toronto. And for me, attending TIFF every year like I do is like going to film critic heaven, seeing films early, talking to filmmakers and fans alike, feeling the electricity of audiences who just love movies. And with this year being the 50th anniversary of this incredible 11-day spectacle, there wouldn't have been a better way than to start it all off featuring our own Canadian treasure in the film by Colin Hanks, John Candy, I Like Me. Now, like many of you, I have the privilege of meeting one of the kindest, honest, and most sincere human beings ever, John Candy, several times in Toronto, mostly at CFL games. And yes, the Grey Cup is yet another special thing us Canadians hold dear to our heart. Now, what I really love about Canadian cinema is its identity. We don't try to be Hollywood. We embrace our landscapes, our multiculturalism, our humor, our humility. A film like Atanarjuat, The Fast Runner, gives us an Inuit story told by Inuit voices, something no other country could have made. Mon Oncle Antoine reveals rural Quebec with such truth. It's been called one of the greatest Canadian films ever. And Jean-Marc Vallée's Crazy mixes family drama, sexuality, and killer rock music in a way that's uniquely ours. Being Canadian means growing up with a blend of Hollywood dreams and homegrown storytelling. It means feeling just as proud watching Ryan Gosling getting an Oscar nomination as seeing a small Quebec drama break through at the Cannes Film Festival. It means knowing our stories matter, not because they're loud, but because they're real. And yeah, it also means cheering for our hockey teams that break our hearts every spring, standing in line at Tim Hortons for a double-double, and pretending to be shocked when someone says they've never seen snow before. Canada is quiet confidence, it's resilience, it's artistry. And as a film critic, I can say without hesitation, it's one of the greatest places in the world to love movies, make movies, and celebrate the people who tell them. All right, enough about my national pride. Well, maybe after I hear "Oh Canada" just one more time. Then we can go back to watching movies, snacking on a coffee crisp, and even some Maynard's gummies. Yup, both Canadian.